What up, everybody? It's me, Blake316, and I'm going to be doing an official review of EA Sports UFC. Now, I can honestly say that nobody at IGN or GameSpot can honestly ever give a review as good as I'm about to give you. Reason being, I'm pretty sure all they do is sit on their ass and play video games. Unlike me, I'm going to be reviewing EA Sports UFC, and I also have a mixed martial arts background myself, which is going to make it that good a review. I have a mixed martial arts background. To be specific in my background, I have a background in Taekwondo, American kickboxing, Muay Thai. I know a lot of people might say, well, kickboxing and Muay Thai is the same thing. No, American kickboxing is just punches and kicks. Where Muay Thai, you also have elbows and knees. I also have a background in Krav Maga, and I also have a background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Here's a lot of my gear. I usually air out my gear after every time I train, so I just got it laid out like this. If you need some more stuff, here's my BJJ gi top. So I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well, and mixed martial arts. I told you guys my background. Now with that being said, I'm going to be reviewing EA Sports UFC from a gamer standpoint as well as a fighter. A lot of people when they buy this game, they say they don't like it, mainly because this game has a strong learning curve. This game is not a button masher. You cannot just pick up this game and press a bunch of buttons and think you're going to be good at it. No. I'll definitely tell you this. If you are a mixed martial artist or a martial artist at all, you definitely gain an advantage in this game. Reason being, I'm a person who I fight and I spar, and say if I'm sparring or fighting in real life, I don't know, I do a combination such as a front lead push kick to jab cross back leg, front kick to a switch step. I do that in real life. I can translate that combination into this game. This game is extremely realistic when it comes to mixed martial arts or fighting period. The transition is really good, which is why if you have a martial arts background, you will like this game because there won't be a strong learning curve for you. If you don't do any type of martial arts, you're gonna have to do the tutorials, do the training modes, and actually learn how to play the game. Some people don't like that. Some people do. I mean, that's one of the community that can be, you know, if you want a game where you get your money's worth and you learn how to play it, you enjoy it. But as far as you don't want to do that and you just want to button mash, this game isn't for you. I think EA Sports knows that, so they're not really worried about people not buying it for that reason, because they wanted to make a realistic UFC fighting game. Some of the other downfalls or things that I don't really like about the game too much is that the weight classes you can't mix and match. Like I really wanted to do Anderson Silva versus John Jones fight. You can't. You pretty much have to stay in your weight class, which sucks. There's no guys versus girls. I wanted to be a whoever, mainly John Jones, and fight Ronda Rousey and give her her first loss. And you can't be a female and beat the crap out of the guys, which sucks. There's no like gender mixed matching. But I guess it's real, but at the same time it's a video game, and I want at least some customization. Another thing I didn't like, there's no like replays of watching the whole match. For example, I was doing a match with Anderson Silva and I forgot who I was fighting, but I was delivering like combination after combination and I ended it with a side kick right to his face. And I knocked him out and I really wanted to see a replay of it and like do different angles of it. But there's no replay option in the game. Once again, it's a really big learning curve. Another thing, I'm comparing this sports games to other sports titles such as 2K, NBA to be exact, and like MLB or NBA the show. Those games, they have like create a player when you go on the adventure of becoming a pro. They really go in depth in their presentation. This game, you can create a fighter. You can go into the UFC TV show and try to win the tournament and go into the official UFC. But the overall presentation isn't that great. Like you do your fights, you train in the gym. It has some cutscenes, but it's nothing about, oh man, that's so cool. Like it's not even a comparison to NBA 2K or the show. That's kind of a disappointment. There is a bit of a lack in the overall presentation of the game. But the graphics do really look really good. I'll tell you this, like if you had somebody come over your house and you just had this game playing, they're honestly speaking, Dick, like, oh snap, is there's a fight going on? Because it does look really good, definitely awesome, realistic graphics. Also, this can be a good point as well as not a great point. Like I said, if you do mixed martial arts, you're gonna love this game because this game is true to mixed martial arts and overall any martial arts. like if you know how to fight in real life, you'll be able to really translate to this game really well. It's pretty realistic. But at the same time, if you don't do it, for example, if you don't do like BJJ and in the game somebody takes you down, you're gonna be like, why do I have to break this guy's guard? Why do I have to, gain side control? Why do I have to mount him? Like, you're really not knowing what's going on. You're just thinking this guy's on top of you and you're like, get him off me. But if you have a background, you know what to do in the game. It's definitely cool. Um, and if you don't know what I'm talking about at all whatsoever, um, mixed martial arts are stand up and there's on the ground. For example, if I do mixed martial arts, I told you my background Taekwondo, Muay Thai, I know how to stand on my feet. If I ever go on the ground, I know how to do the same in BJJ. That's one cool thing about the game. It's definitely true to MMA. It's definitely a realistic fighter. It's definitely not a button masher. But yeah, that's basically everything about the game. I mean, there's not many modes to it. There's a career mode, there's online mode, and then there's the random fights where you just pick your fighters and go at it. Not too in depth of a game, but it definitely does the job and it serves its purpose of being an MMA fighter. I personally really like it. I think the fact that I do martial arts makes me like it even more. If you don't do martial arts and you just like UFC, I'd recommend trying it out. Who knows? Maybe you want to put the time in to learn how to play. If you don't do any type of UFC fighting, if you don't watch UFC, if you've never been a fight a day in your damn life, I probably wouldn't recommend this game for you. But it's definitely a good game. I like it. Overall score, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Reason a 7, I said the presentation isn't the best as far as the career mode. It's lacking a few options and things that I would like added to it, but I guess that gives EA the opportunity to look forward to something new in the next model or the next version of the game. They can definitely add in a lot of things to it. But it's me, Blake316. Make sure to subscribe for future videos. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, as well as Facebook, all at Blake316. Until next time, peace.